Hey there, it's Rachel here with Senza Tempo Cane Corso. So I wanted to do a quick little update for you guys because my internet's been out all day. It's getting late, so anyway, so I did want to do a short little video for you guys and an update. So Atari is unfortunately, she's just not going to make the cut. She has a disqualifying bite, basically, and a pretty undershot bite, to the point that it would disqualify her, even per the breed standard. And so I cannot show her, and it would be unethical for me to take her on that basis, because I have a contract with the breeder that I am going to title the dog. And the breeder was really, sweet about it, and she's like, well, you don't really have to do that. But she also agreed that, that we're trying to have a really high quality program, and so having dogs that are very undershot is it's a problem, and one that we're going to have to obviously work on to fix. Whereas I could just have higher quality. Hey, you mind? Cashmere, literally, do you mind? Now, get down. All the way, Cashmere, get down. Now. Cashmere, get down. And so anyway, so it's just one of those things. It really sucks. I literally cannot get a break, you guys. I literally cannot get a break right now. But even the breeder was like, look, she's like, I asked her and I was like, would you work with her? Because I tend to have dogs that have very long muzzles, and, maybe something like that would work. But unfortunately, you can go, like, for example, like, Preacher has an undershot bite, but it's not, the breed is supposed to be undershot. Okay. Let me be very clear, but not as much as she is. She's very undershot, and she's very young. So, and the fact that she's so undershot at such a young age means that it isn't going to get any better. In fact, it should get worse. So it doesn't make her a bad dog. She'll make a great pet, but as far as breeding and showing and things like that are concerned, it just isn't possible. And all of us as breeders, we are always trying to breed the best of the best. And unfortunately, in this particular case, a bite like that is considered a DQ. And the community especially the American community, can be incredibly aggressive and judgmental of having an undershot bite like that. I mean, here in America, most of the time, they don't even want to see undershot bites. They actually want to see scissor bite, and they actually, I believe, even tried to change the standard to that. So I thought maybe it would be a good thing to fix, my bites, like, for example, like Blondie, where she has a very long muzzle, but me and the breeder she just kind of was like, no, she's like, you can do better than that. And she wants me to do better than that, because I think I paid around $3,000 for her. And so she was just like, I wouldn't do it. And she's like, and I don't want you to do it. And so she said it's better to do it while she's still young, and while she can still make a good pet to somebody. And so, and before we all get, too attached, especially because my subscriber base tends to get super attached to the dogs. And so it's just one of those things where it's better to do it now. And she said she's got some really good breedings coming up, and she just feels that she can produce something better. And so I have to respect that. And I do respect it, and I do appreciate it. There's a lot of breeders out there that would actually be jerks about it, and she's just not. And so it's just the better thing to do. It's part of being a responsible breeder. It really sucks, but it just kind of is. And as many of you know, like, yes, I bred Blondie, but we did breed her to a male with an undershot bite anyway. So it's not, we're already kind of fixing that. And he has an undershot bite. It's within range. Preacher is, very tight undershot, which is good. Velocity is undershot. So the reality is that if I breed something into my program that is very undershot, the risk is that I'm not going to be going forward. I'm actually going to be going backward. And unfortunately, there's very few things that can disqualify a dog. per the AKC standard, and that is actually one of them. So it's the responsible thing to do is to find her a pet home, as tough as that is. And I know it's going to be hard for everybody involved. I get it. I know people are going to be asking me, well, why can't you do this? Or what about this? Or, you know, and I get it. It's always hard. But I mean, just keep in mind that I am doing this with the recommendation of the breeder. It's not, you know, I really sent it to her just thinking nothing of it, you know, and she was like, no, she's like, Rachel, I would not mess with that. She's like, I would not breed it. I wouldn't keep it. And so, and she's like, and I would just feel better if I sent you something better. So that's where we're at. You know, that's the thing. So, you know, I'm just rolling with the punches right now with life. It happens, breeding happens, those kinds of things, you know, can happen. And so, anyway, so I'm just trying to kind of survive it and go with it. And like I said, I'm just going to take this opportunity to bring in, other dogs that I feel, you know, it just leaves the room open for higher quality dogs. So that's what I'm going to do. And so, yeah, but as I've told you guys before, it's better not to get too attached to my dogs, at least until they get their health testing done, because the bite is something that you can see, like I said, that was something I could do pretty early on, but the health testing obviously has to wait. You know what I mean? So that's something that we can't tell early on. But I always tell people, you know, don't get too attached until we know that that's done, because that's the only way that I ever know that a dog is going to be in my program, is once they pass their health testing. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate, but the reality is that you don't ever want to breed super extreme things. You know what I mean? And her being as undershot as she is at this age is an indication that it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It doesn't affect her at all physically. It has no effect on her ability to eat, her ability to play, anything like that. It is purely cosmetic. However, you know, when you do work with that kind of stuff, then it can be like, you know, like most bulldogs, or even whenever it gets so extreme that the dog does have bite problems and things like that. So the only way that we can prevent those kind of extreme things from happening is by cutting dogs out of our program that have features that are not up to the breed standard, right? It's one of those things where it's a DQ, not because it's not pretty, but because it's non-functional. This is supposed to be the kind of dog that can catch and hold, you know, and so they can't catch and hold when the underbite is that exaggerated. So it's just, you know, the reality when you're breeding for the correct head type, you're always kind of threading a fine line when it comes to the bite, because you don't get the correct head without having that undershot bite, which is why the breed standard, especially in Europe, calls for the undershot bite. It just says undershot bite no more than 1/4 inch, right? That's the thing. And unfortunately, she's already there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and it's not, apparently the lower jaw, I want to say she said that it grows the fastest or something like that. I don't know. She has more experience with it, because she has dealt with a lot more dogs that have it versus me. No, don't you dare eat my cowhide. Quit. No, stop it. So anyway, so that's the deal. That's where we're at. It's really unfortunate, but you know, I wouldn't expect anything less with my luck lately. So as you guys know, that's why I told you guys to pray for me. So anyway, yeah, so there it is. You know, it's sad news, but like I said, she and I both agreed that it's better to do it now than it is later. You know what I mean? Because then I have more money invested in her. It's harder to find her a good pet home, you know, things like that. Like, it's just better for her to go now. She's not worried about it. She's flat out said that she's going to have some better pairings coming up in the future. And so we're both just really trying to produce very nice dogs, and we want to be able to send them even over to Europe. And unfortunately, you can't do that with a bite like that. Like, no, you can't show that dog anywhere with a bite like that. And so it would be more along the lines of we're thinking with our emotions, not thinking with our heads. You know, it's not responsible to do that, to breed the extremes like that. So she's going to be happy, healthy. She's, you know, she can eat. There's no issue in that realm. There's nothing, you know, wrong with her that would make her unhealthy or anything like that. It just makes her not breed quality. And so anybody that has purchased a dog off of that breeding, anybody that is on my subscriber list that maybe has a sibling to her, please do not call Reese and be like, hey, you know, this and that, I'm worried about my dog. Like, that's the one thing that can be a little frustrating to me is whenever I had the Liberty thing, some people contacted her and were like, well, should we worry about our dog's hips and this and that? And it's like, please don't be like that. You know what I mean? Like, just because one dog in a breeding has a feature that makes it not breed quality doesn't make them bad, doesn't make your dog bad, like nothing like that. So just let's not do that. Let's not, you know, call the breeder and give her a hard time when, you know, she's already, you know, having to deal with the fact that this is a dog that has to be replaced. So please respect that. Please don't be calling her and being like, hey, yada, yada. You know, anyone can produce a super undershot bite because, like I said, this breed is supposed to be undershot, and you'll always get extremes of that. You know, a scissor bite is not correct either. It's accepted, but it's not correct either per the European standard. It should be undershot. So, and so anyway, so it's just one of those things, and it's really not that big of a deal, and it's just part of being a breeder. And as you guys know, I always try to be honest with you guys about everything that's going on. I could lie, I could say it's something else, I could do a whole bunch of things so that I don't have to deal with any kind of negativity or backlash or anything like that, but I always count on the fact that you guys can handle the truth. And so, you know, please prove me right on that and don't give her a hard time. Hey, you better quit it. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. Unfortunately, is the loss of another female, but it's really better for me to move her on now so that I can bring in other females that are going to make the cut. So, enough said. I've had a long day, and I'm unfortunately out of Peaky Blinders episodes, which sucks. So, I've been watching Naruto. And yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll talk at you later. Bye!